and I still usually don't actually say hello before usually stop saying hello before YouTube starts showing the stream. I don't it's like random, it feels like how long it takes before they actually start showing the stream. And then also it feels a little random like when they actually decide like yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Let's start. Hey Gang Mario Bros. It told me nobody was here. It always tells me nobody is here. Okay, I thought I would start by drawing a horse. I've been hearing a lot about horses lately. Oh yeah, let's draw Yoshi. Oh, Mixed Max Gaming. I like Mixed Max. Like not min-maxed. That's try hard behavior. Should we just turn this horse into Yoshi? Let's do it. All right. Anyone do any crazy shopping today? I tried to buy a sweater. That was my big shopping adventure. Man, I remember the first time I saw Yoshi. I was like, holy moly. Whoa. Wait, I'm just seeing I can make timestamps of things I really like. YouTube is like showing me new stuff I've never seen before. I can add a stream marker so I can go back later and grab a, a, a moment and to make a short out of. YouTube has like automatically made moments that they're like, hey, this is good. You should do this. And sometimes it's like me talking and nothing happening on screen. And I'm like, what made you think this was a good moment to save YouTube? Like, no one's going to watch this. And sometimes it's decent. And I'm like, oh, okay. YouTube is not terrible. I think it's AI probably doing it. So I didn't have a Super Nintendo. I wanted a Super Nintendo when I was a kid. I had a Nintendo that like, I don't know, like I realized really late that I think it was my mom's boyfriend's Nintendo, and then they broke up and she kept the Nintendo, which like power move, I guess. So Yoshi has eyelids. Oh, I'm going a little too detailed. Let's get the basic shape out first. Ooh, that is a good animation. I haven't done an animation in so long with the streaming, and then I have some longs that I've been working on. Plus, I'm traveling for work, my paid work, and you know, like relaxing and having a trying to be a real person. I kind of want to draw like I'm drawing just like Yoshi chillin', but I kind of want to draw like old school Yoshi. I'm just gonna switch it up. I'm gonna draw Super Nintendo Yoshi. Oh man, I'm starting like 1,000 things. I shouldn't do that. I should try to finish at least one before I yeah, but I really like animating, but it takes so much time. And if I want to do other stuff. Okay. Hey Lunar Star. Welcome, welcome. Are you having fun? Are you drawing something tonight? Okay. So there's two different Super Nintendo Yoshis. Okay, I think we got this. We'll get the body, we'll get the tail, and then we'll get the head, right? The head will come up like this, and then you have the cheek, the nose, and then like the eyes. So we're getting there. This is already starting to look like Yoshi to me. And then we'll get oh, nice. Hey, Marnie, welcome back. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, last stream was fun. And now we got the feet. And I think most of the time his feet are kind of like just right next to each other. And he has big red shoes. Boom, ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom. Yeah, so I was visiting, I think, my cousin's house, and they had gotten a Super Nintendo. And I had gotten, oh, hi, Yasmin. Yeah, what's the request? We'll put it on there. This, oh, yeah, you got it, Dippity. It's Yoshi. That's exactly right. And I had gotten, like I said before, I had gotten a Sega for Christmas, which, listen, I was so happy for. I think I wanted Sega more than I wanted a Super Nintendo. Um, and I'm happy that that's what I had as a kid. But now I like Super Nintendo games more than I like Sega games from back then, because I will still play some. Oh, Sebastian is the. Okay, we got two requests. They're both Sebastian. All right, I'm writing them both down. We might have to Sebastian. Oh, here, we'll go Sebastian from Pressure. Is that right? From Pressure, yeah. And oh, Sega Genesis Mini would be a good Christmas present for myself. Oh, that's great, Lunar. I'll have to check it out. Um, if you, I don't know, I'm not going to remember, but I will try. I will write it down. I there's things I totally forget. I mean, there's things I'm supposed to remember all the time from every stream, and I swear I totally forget. Scrat, yes. Scrat the squirrel. Great, great character. Literally one of the great masterpieces of characters in cinema in recent history. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous because it's like a crazy squirrel who's doing like nutty things, but I genuinely think he's one of the better or the more like creative, useful, and interesting characters of recent cinema. Like, gee, like we all know who he is. You don't even have to frogfish. I don't know. This is my list of things I'm supposed to do. And this is my list of things that are drawings coming up. Greg Heffley. Oh, Wimpy Kid. So listen, my English teacher, he wrote some kids book that like ended up doing really good. Yeah, Dippity. Yeah, exactly. Fritz from Cat City. I'll put that on the list. So since we're getting so many people on the list, what we're going to do is we're going to bust out the Magic 8 Ball, and that'll just give it a more fair chance. So we'll go down the list and we'll see if it's meant to be drawn right now, and we'll do it that way. Also, we might do, oh, from Cat City. Cat City. We might do like just like crazy imaginative requests. Like, for example, a couple days ago, somebody was like, draw an angry duck. And we were like, okay. And I stopped everything and we drew an angry duck. And it was really fun. So we try to also do those kinds of things. I forget Yoshi has arms because it's such a weird, like, hi, I have arms. Like, I guess, like, he just feels like a kiwi animal, you know? Like a kiwi, that bird who's like, I have no wings, yet I must be a bird. Why they like that? They look like kiwi fruit, but I don't think they're named because of that at all. I think both kiwi fruit and I'm trying to remember, what do Yoshi's arms look like on the Super Nintendo when he's just like standing there like a doofus? I think it is just like this. We had a fun last stream. Uh we had a fun stream last night. This is my first stream. I'm at my old job, which I'm working for this coming week. Actually, for the next 3 weeks, I'm here. I have work to do. So that's why we're traveling to come here for work at my old job. And So sometimes Yoshi has a shell and sometimes he has a saddle. So I'm going to draw the saddle because I think that's closer to the Super Nintendo one, which is what I've been saying I'm going to draw. And yeah, so we have Yoshi's saddle. We'll give him his like eye. This is too big? No, it's fine. It's fine. Give him some eyelashes. So in old Super Nintendo, and then like some of this is white and some of this is green. So he has like a different colored belly. Yeah. Oh, and it goes behind his leg like that. Okay, I was gonna say they look like gloves. That's what I thought. I was thinking like he has little boxing gloves, but I was like, he doesn't have boxing gloves. And then I was thinking when Mario rides him and you push the button to have Yoshi stick out his tongue, it kind of looks like Mario punches him in the back of the head. And I was thinking I might just be remembering that and thinking that Yoshi has boxing gloves, but apparently not. Apparently not. No, I don't think it was Wimpy Kid. I think it was what's his name? And then he used a pseudonym. I know that. I'll have to look him up. I know some other people who had him as an eighth grade English teacher. I know he got his book published, and I thought it was one of the more popular ones, but maybe it's one that was like popular for 10 minutes and then disappeared. Or maybe I'm misremembering and he wrote a book and he was like, it's so popular, but nobody ever like nobody liked it. Oh. Yeah, Dippity. I used Blender for a while. Really fun. I think it can really, it's like really, it's really powerful and it has some pretty good 3D animation. I made a little game. I don't think his gloves are red, but I'm doing it anyway. I made a little game where you climbed a tower and you moved these blocks around the tower. This is when I was working in Unity. I haven't worked in Unity in a long time. They had like a big kerfuffle, some leadership change, and they did some really shady stuff. So I switched over to Godot, the Godot engine. I haven't been programming at all lately because I've been focusing on illustrating, but very fun, very fun. Yeah, and it's free. So it's really nice. Blender is a great tool. It's free to use, free to download. It's hard to there's a big learning curve, but there are tons and tons and tons of tutorials online. So it's also free to learn in that way because you don't need to pay for Blender like classes or courses. You can just grab them right off YouTube. And there are really talented Blender creators out there who will teach you how to do all sorts of stuff. I'm trying to learn. I'm not right now actively trying to learn anything, but one thing I'm interested in learning is Grease Pencil, which is Blender's like 2D, nascent 2D animation tool. Yeah, yeah, I've only used it for really basic stuff, but it worked very well. Ah, for a little scrappy Yoshi drawing, this is not bad. All right. My seating arrangement is so bad here. I think I have to like build a desk. All right. I was trying to think of what noise Yoshi makes, but he doesn't really make any noise. He gets those fruits. I mean, he makes a noise. It's not really something that I can make with my mouth. All right, he got a fruit. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, so we can try Sebastian from Pressure. Let's ask the 8-ball. Sebastian from Pressure, 8-ball? Ooh, my sources say no. Wait, is that a made in China sticker? Mattel, China. Scrap the squirrel. Oh, this one's fun. I'm excited. Let's see if this one's next. Scrap the squirrel? Come on. Okay, we're getting a in between. You see it's like a line. We'll flip it. We'll try again. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot. It's just straight yes. I've never gotten that before. I didn't even know there was a straight yes in there. Yeah, so I'm staying at my in-laws moved, and we were living with them, and now we're not. And so we're staying at the old house, which doesn't have internet. No phone, no internet. The cell service is terrible. Like, by terrible, I mean essentially non-existent. Most of the like cooking utensils and stuff have all been taken to new places. Yeah, Scrat is so fun. What, like I was saying before, a saber-toothed squirrel also so smart. I just love it so much. I think it's a really good character. And then like like a lot of good characters, he's all eyes. So he's like extremely expressive. Ooh, every town in an American movie looks like a farm. That's an interesting question. So a lot of Midwestern towns have huge farms on them, like either as like part of them or right off the side. And then a lot of older towns will have been mostly farm because before the late 1700s, or really a little bit later than that, there was no fertilizer was really hard to come by, and we didn't have like automated growing. So it was just really like you had to spend a lot of time and a lot of land growing food for everybody. And there was no like trucking and there was no freezing. So that didn't come until the early 1900s, really, the freezing. And so it was just like they had to be very farmy. And a lot of towns will still have the um like the bones of that, right? The effects of that will still be part of the town. So I was looking at old like aerial photos of the town that I grew up in, and this would have been from the 50s. So well after like automated, not well after, but like automated farming and like good fertilizers and stuff had all been already invented, and still a huge part of the town, of like the downtown area even, or right off the downtown area, was farmland. I was reading a newspaper article and they were talking about how the wild, like the farm cats were everywhere, and I was like, farm cats? Oh, I drew a nether gorgon once, Enchanted Fox. Let me put it on the list. uh or do you have another one from Stranger Things? Because I'll put something on the list. I drew a kaiju nether gorgon. Oh, draw you slushy or draw demigorgon? Sorry, is that what it is? Yeah, I'll put a demigorgon on the list. Demogorgon. It was fun. I drew a kaiju one, so it was like destroying a city. And then is that you, Slushy GT? I'll put Slushy GT PFP. Hey, Kevin. Kevin Pfeiffer. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. Demigorgon is great. Whoa, I didn't even know there was an Invader Zim movie. What the heck? I drew Invader Zim. I just saw him. He's holding a candy cane. I hope I put him. I just did a bunch of shorts of all the drawings of that I had done on lives in the last couple of weeks because I was going to be away from the house, so all my like my drawings were going to be like just somewhere, like at the house, and I wouldn't be just somewhere. What am I talking about? Who am I? And so I was like, I'll do shorts of these, and then like at least I'll have them in shorts, and then also people who don't watch the lives will be able to see some of these drawings, and that'll be fun. And so I really hope. So I was going through them all. Hey, Slushy. So I was really hope. Oh, that's great, Marnie. Yeah, the iFestation was fun. Oh, hey, Pebbles. No problem. I'll try to remember. It's hard to see. My screen is very small, so it's hard to see. It's literally smaller than my paper. Um, everybody's PFP, but I try. Let's see. So it's hard. Like if you have two, if your PFP is the same, but your name is different, I can mostly only read the name, so it's hard to know. So if I get a mistake, please forgive me. I love drawing acorns. So where I grew up, there's acorns everywhere. I don't know if that's usual or not. I guess probably not, because in the city I live in now, there's no acorns. It's all ginkgo. The ginkgo tree leaves. Dude, seals. I saw a seal recently. Oh, nice, Pebbles. That's great. Oh, hey, Fungi. It's yeah, I saw a seal. I used to walk the beach like frequently. I lived pretty close, so I'd walk the beach, and it was like really stormy. Whenever I was having a bad day or my brain wasn't working good, which unfortunately was frequently at the time, I would take a long walk on the beach to try to like fix my brain. I think this is a common, like people who are neurodivergent, I think often will do long, lonely walks to make themselves feel better. It works for me anyway, and I know a couple of other neurodivergent people who also do this. And what was your favorite animated movie? Ooh, I don't know, Cat City. I think this is kind of a cop out, or it's kind of a disappointing answer. But I think my favorite animated movie was probably Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is a little bit like half animated, half not. But if I had to choose, I meant on, not of. Oh. Oh, that's great. I love turning on the Christmas lights. Awesome, Nasir. We were just no, it wasn't a white seal. SpongeBob movie also very good. I'm trying to think. Like what just animated? What's my favorite movie? Hmm. Oh, I haven't watched Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's on my list, but I'll have to watch it. I know it's supposed to be good. Okay. No, I remember. I don't know if this is still true, but for a very long time, my favorite animated movie was Nausicaa, the Princess of the Valley of the Wind. It's an old 80s Ghibli film. But I also really liked Totoro. And then I recently rewatched. I think I'm decorating. Oh, that's great. Decorating is so fun. We're not decorating this year. Um, just because we're not going to be home for long enough. We'll probably hang up some garland and maybe put up a string of lights, but we're not going to do anything more than that. Very, very simple. If I can build one or draw one, I might draw like a kind of big Christmas tree. Let's see. I think this guy. I think we got him. I don't think there's much good in the drawing, in the coloring. We can color because it's just all brown. Oh, I was going to say, I was walking and there was this huge squirrel walked in front of me, scared the heck out of me. And then it was like, usually the squirrels near me are like gray, but this one was like brown and gray and a little bit black. Like it was like a mixed. It wasn't like distinct chunks. It was like it was like it faded from one to the other. Yeah, the seal I saw was just a regular seal. It scared the heck out of me because there was just this giant animal on the beach, and I didn't see it until I was like relatively close to it, like 30 feet away, like what is that, like 10 meters away? And then we'll do this. Oh yeah, we'll do a Christmas tree. I've been drawing a lot of Christmas trees, but I think we'll do one like we'll do like a nice one, but like a little sad. I think that'll be really fun. I lived in a city, Indiana, Pennsylvania, years ago, and it called itself the Christmas tree capital of the world. They had a lot of Christmas tree farms there. I think when they named themselves the Christmas tree capital of the world, they grew the most Christmas trees of anywhere on the Americas in North America. But I'm not sure if that stayed true because there's a place in Canada that also considers itself the Christmas tree capital of the world. But Indiana named itself that earlier, and they sure had a ton of Christmas trees. So we had a real Christmas tree when we lived there because it was like kind of blasphemous not to. Oof. Yeah, bears are terrifying. Oh, no beach. Yeah, so it was foggy, Dippity, and I was walking, and then all of a sudden it was like pop, and I looked over, and there was just a friggin' seal. It was gigantic. Oh my gosh. Like, because it's big, they're big. I'm just gonna give him a tiny bit of color because he feels so sad. Yeah, I've seen like really beautiful brown squirrels, and I've seen mostly gray squirrels, which I think is the species is a gray squirrel, even though some of them are other colors. And then I've never seen black, but I've heard black, and I've seen photos of these black squirrels, and they look cool. I like to pretend I've never heard of 6-7 when people bring it up. That's my favorite response. I'm not doing it today. Today I'm just telling you that I like to do it, which is interesting. Oh yeah, I mean six, yeah, 1, 2, 6, what, 5? I don't understand. It's like, how old is your nephew? 6 or 7? I'm not really sure. Okay. I think we got Scrat. Scrat is also a good name. Oh, I forgot to do the brown down here. I was just going to let him be orange. I remember one time we were asking everybody what their favorite color was. And somebody was like, "Oh, I think my favorite color is orange." And like literally he was the only person to say orange. And Oddfud, who's in the chat, was like, "Orange?" She was so mad. She's like, orange isn't somebody's favorite color. And I think about that sometimes. I think about it a lot whenever I think of the color orange. Why was she so mad? Why was his favorite color orange? I asked him recently. Oh, nice. My hair is orange, but it's more red, and it only in certain light. Otherwise, it looks brown. But my father was a redhead, so hang on. I lost the list. Oh yeah, that's so true, Dippity. Thank you so much. Please don't share your ages. It's just safer. Okay, we'll get the seal. We'll get a Christmas tree. Oh, I'm putting it on the list. I don't know if you guys can see. All right. Yeah, sometimes on my streams I'll show my face when I'm working on the computer. And on the camera, my hair looks way more red than it is in person. Although people have told me forever that I have very red hair, and I've been like, no, it's brown. But you know, maybe people are right. Okay, Sebastian from Pressure. We got to ask this one again. You may rely on it. All right, let's do Sebastian. Sebastian from Pressure. I don't know. I don't know Sebastian from Pressure, so we're going to look it up. We did. I don't have my drawings from yesterday. Do I? Anyway, we did Ifection? No. Ifestation from Pressure yesterday. Very fun. All right, 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 all right. Oh yeah, Fungi, for sure. We can definitely do that. I don't know if we'll get to it today, but that sounds great. I've definitely done. Oh, okay, a mer person. This is fun. They're like a tactical mer person. I'm trying to see. Pressure is a Roblox game. Is that correct? Let's get them on. I'm seeing a lot of fan art. Ifestation. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I think I see them. Some original. All right, let's do it. We got Yoshi, fun. We got Scrat. I'm gonna write his name because I keep forgetting it. And now we're gonna do. I forgot his name. My brain lost his name again. Let's go. I did a mer person recently. Very fun. Have they been experimented on also? I don't know this game, Pressure. But it seems a little sad. Yeah, Yoshi is because he's a diva. 100%. Did you hear there's guys who are like so hyper focused on being masculine that to their detriment that they're shaving their eyelashes off? Don't do that. That's insane. Um Also, like, people like eyelashes. Having long eyelashes is famously something that men have. Oh no. Yeah, I've not played it. I made a Roblox account like 100 years ago. I played for maybe 10 minutes and then I never played again. I just it's it's not bad. It was just like I'm not I'm not trying to socialize online. I mean on games. At least not recently. Okay, I think we're getting it. I think this is looking right. Do they have many arms? Ooh, I don't think I know Heartstopper. Okay, shoulders. I'm trying to see. It looks like they have at least 3 arms. Yeah. My friend used to always ask, "Are you straight or are you curvy?" I don't know what it's from. I think it's from like a SNL skit or something, but it always made me laugh so much. Because you think she's asking like, anyway, there's no I don't know. I don't know. I like Diva Yoshi. Bro, Yoshi rescued all those babies in that, is it Yoshi's Island game? Okay, man, is Sebastian like a military? Why does he have 3 arms? Or she? Or they? I don't know. I'm not their doctor. Maybe they have 4 arms and one is hidden away? No say. Okay. And now it's like all I've drawn them too big. So I'm gonna have to like fit their tail all up in here. How much of this is still on screen? Most of it? Yeah, good. Okay, 3 arms, 3 eyes. Oh, this is an eye. This their their lure. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Just a tiny, tiny bit of Spanish. I took Spanish in high school. And my father and my sister spoke Spanish fluently, but never at home. So I didn't learn it. I didn't learn a lot from them, even though I tried and we practiced a little bit. And they both learned it. They just worked. My sister worked at a pizzeria where everyone else spoke Spanish, so she just learned it. Friggin' like blew my mind, man. She had dropped out of high school and like got these like weird jobs and then eventually like seemed like really determined to um not do good, like not take care of herself and like not do well, and then like came home one day and was like speaking Spanish fluently, and I was like, what when did you learn to speak Spanish? And she's like, well, everybody at work speaks Spanish. So ooh, I'll put glab hang on, glob go gob gab glob. Okay, hang on, I'm writing this down. Where's my list? Glob gog galab. Is that glob? Hang on, let me try one more time. GLOBGOGABGLAB. I will be able to read that to search it after. Okay, we'll put that on the list. Okay, now we just got to get some military stuff going on here, and I think we'll be good. I don't know what they're holding in their hand. Like a love letter, a phone, a tablet. I accidentally drew something in their hand, and now I have to justify it. Okay, I think this is coming together. Now we just got to get like strappy. One of my favorite places to go as a little kid was the military surplus store. Mostly because I just wanted like camping gear. My streams are usually 2 hours. Wait, me? Yeah, my streams are usually 2 hours. Sometimes a little bit longer. Every once in a while a little bit less, just because like, but usually I will say that's a short stream before I start it. And today is not a short stream. Today is a normal stream. Oh, I loved walkie-talkies. I didn't go to art school. I took tons and tons of art classes, and a lot of my friends went to art school, and I audited some classes in art schools, like where you go to the class but you don't get credit. And I've taken like a bunch of art classes taught by professional artists, like outside of the school system, like just where you like pay and you go. Yeah, but I was encouraged to go to art school um, when I was graduating high school. Because I had done so many art courses and even some like college level art courses. My high school was really great. It had some college courses that you could take. Uh, and so my art teachers were like, "Well, what art schools are you applying to?" And my poor ass was like, "Oh, I'm applying to community college." And like my parents really really encouraged me not to do art. Like my parents wanted me to become an electrician. Yeah, I didn't. And so I don't know if I missed the opportunity. A lot of my friends who went to art school don't do art at all anymore and really feel like art school was bad for their creativity. But some of my other friends who went to art school like really love it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. They wanted Dippity. They wanted me to they uh try to get a job at Con Ed because they would pay for me to go to trade school. My my grandfather, so we have electricians in our family. Like my grandfather on my father's side here, it's so interesting. My mom and my dad, dad. My dad, electrician. Also general contractor, but a licensed electrician. His dad, also an electrician. My mom's dad, we think mafia. We don't know. Um, my mom's mom, nurse. Her dad, electrician. And this is like when electricity was new, because my nana, my mom's mom, was born in 1927 and she was a late baby. So her dad was an electrician at the turn of the century, and then he repaired TVs after TVs were invented. He became a TV repairman. And so he wired a lot of subway lights in New York City. That was his main job. his name was Eddie, and they called him Eddie Lights, all the subway engineers, because he was the guy who went down and wired a lot of the lights. He came up with a lot of timing systems for like signs, for like old flashing signs, and then he started working on televisions. Like they literally had one of the first televisions, which was like it was a thing that stood up in your living room like this, and the screen was here, and it wasn't black and white, it was green and gray. This was green and gray with a couple of buttons here, and you would stand around it and look down into it. Like you wouldn't sit, you would stand. It was crazy. So, and then I love messing around with electricity. I've repaired a bunch of old TVs. I've repaired flat screen monitors. I fixed the there was an electrical problem on when I worked as a bowling alley mechanic that nobody had been able to fix for 12 years, and I fixed that just because it was an electrical system thing. And I used to take odd jobs rewiring and finding the electrical faults in people's cars and like fixing stereo wiring that people had gotten like done by amateurs and were all broken. So me being an electrician would have made sense, but I didn't want to. And I still don't want to. I like knowing it and I like being able to do some stuff, but I think my teachers and everybody, they were right. Like I should have gone to art school. But I'm not sad. Like I said, most of my friends who went to art school didn't end up like still don't do art. And a lot of them are like asking me to do the art for them, like do illustrations and stuff for them. So, and like I sell my art pretty regularly. And I'm in a couple of shows where like imagine uh yeah, and it's green. It's so crazy. Yeah, so he had one of the first TV repair shops in New York City. I don't know where it was. My grandmother, my nana, who might have known, although she was young also, it was her dad. So he, and she was like a child. She was late. Like I said, she was like the youngest and probably an accident. Um, so I don't know if she would have known where it was, but I never asked her. It didn't seem important to me when I was younger. And now, that whole generation has passed, so I can't even ask them. But that's okay. I wonder if I could look it up in old newspaper ads or something. I could probably make an educated guess based on some old newspaper ads. I have found some family history through that kind of my father-in-law is Indian. We were just staying at his house a couple weeks ago. My mother-in-law, Filipino. So that's nice. So we eat a lot of jasmine rice. That's real. We really do. Yeah, I agree, Dippity. It's not what do they say? Uh if you don't have anything nice to say, then shut the fuck up. No. I don't know. I like made his eyes look wonky with this reflection because his eyes are supposed to glow, so they wouldn't have a reflection. Uh-oh. All right. I think this we'll do some like tactical netting. Is that what it's called? It's just like bungee cords knit together. tactical netting, and you can like stick stuff under it. It's clever. It's a clever invention. I like it. Oh yeah, I forgot this. We'll color that one in. Man, speaking of India, hey Foxy, fandom fan. Ooh, fandom fan. Man, let's not. Let's not. I was going to talk about politics, and that doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound fun to anybody. Yeah, fun. What, speaking of old TVs, there we go. Well, that's more interesting. Speaking of old TVs, oh, thanks so much. Let's color their eyes. I was going to do a sketch about old TVs, but we can talk about that after. So some of the earliest TVs before Farnsworth, is it Farnsworth? I think so. Before Farnsworth invented the one that we use, like with the electron beam, which is pretty great. That's a pretty great invention. It's how old TVs work is like CRTs, right? So how TVs work now is you have a bunch of really tiny lights, and then you light them all up correctly in different like ratios and intensities, and that creates all the colors that you can see. Like, pretty great that they can do that. And now they have ones with quantum dot technology that are lighting like even smaller pieces of like with bits of electrons and half states of on, like things that are both on and off at the same time. Very clever. Very cool. Not something that I fully understand except for the basics. Opinions on the floor. I don't know if the floor is something specific or just floors in general. One thing that's really nice, I've seen a lot of people do this in old houses that really needed a revamp, is you can buy bamboo floor slats that are like recycled, repressed bamboo. Hey, May, and use those to refloor a house in like a type of cheap hardwood that doesn't look bad and has a lot of staying power, a lot of lasting power. And so that's that kind of flooring is neat. So old TVs, CRTs, they have like the screen, right? And then that screen is painted with like a type of chemical that when you hit it with electricity lights up. And then they have, well, so that's that screen, right? And then over here, the same thing. That's the screen here. And then over here, they have a beam that shoots single electrons out. And they point that beam at the top left of the screen, and then they run it like turning it on and off to determine where the light spots are and the dark spots are. And that's how they did a black and white TV. And then I don't remember how they did color TV, but it's very similar, almost the same thing. But before they figured that out, there was another type of TV where they used, instead of an electron beam, they used like a circle that would spin a disc, and there'd be different holes that looked like going out in a spiral. And basically, they would spin this and it would light up. So instead of having the lines going left and right like this on the screen, the lines would be going there would be concentric circles going out. But it would do the same thing. These pencils are fun. Matt Chris Williams. My little brother's name is Matt. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day too. They are Norris Club. I think they are, is it Faber-Castell? Oh, Stadler. I like them a lot. They don't break. They have really good coverage if you need it, but you can also color light with them. Yeah, my face is on some other streams. I got you, Foxy. I got you. So if you check out not yesterday's stream, if there's a stream that I say computer or PC, there'll be a picture of my face on that. Or my face will be on the stream. I stream with my face on those. I'm just gonna color in the canisters. The jacket. I'll give this a light green, a light dark green. Yeah, they are good and they don't break. They have this anti-break technology. That's why it's like white along the inside there. So they don't break very often. I genuinely really like them a lot. They're not like the best ever, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good for just like a basic getting colored pencils down. This is like none of these are me trying that hard. And I think it lays down some pretty decent color. All right, it's time to try the next. Oh, here, let me zoom out so you guys can see. Can you guys see all of her? Hang on, or him. Zoom out a little. This is Sebastian from Pressure. Is that correct? Yeah. I don't know the game Pressure very well, but if I had to guess, they were experimented on. Okay, Greg Heffley, I think, is the next one. We're going to see what the 8-ball says. Oh, no way. I like some of Stadler's pencils. I don't know if I have any of their pens. Most of my pens are Pentel. This is a Pentel Graph Gear 500. Or most of my pencils are. Most of my pens, this one is the same, but it's a 0.5 millimeter. It's just, you can see I use this one all the time, so it's like worn down. These are the kinds of pens I often use. It's Pigma, Graph Gear. You know what they say, Pigma Sigma. Okay, let's see. Greg Heffley. Should we do Greg Heffley Magic 8-ball? The Magic 8-ball says it's not magic. It's just a dodecahedron. I don't even know if it's a dodecahedron. That seems a little much. It's probably like maybe a 10-sided die. Come on, don't fall on the line. As I see it, nope, hang on. It didn't. As I see it, yes. Okay. So we'll do it. Yeah, I try not to shake it too much because then it's just bubbly and it never lands. Greg Heffley. I hope I got this right. Oh yeah, awesome. This Magic 8-ball we rescued from my wife and I got at a yard sale, and then we left it on the stream. Oh yeah, if you got to wake up in the morning, go to bed. I please. Well, we're doing Greg Heffley. I can put that on the list, Foxy. Jax and Ragatha. Well, We can draw one of them, maybe. Jacks. What is skating AU? Tact. Okay, so this is an interesting one because they are a really simple, really classic kind of cartoon illustration, which means like I think these are harder to draw than like full complicated characters because it's such precision. A lot of like animated cartoon characters also, you really need a type of precision in your line work. We can kind of fake it. Usually you need a lot of practice, but we can kind of fake it if we, here, I'm just going to move it up. If we sketch it out a little bit and try to get some. Okay, he's an S shape, which is a good classic shape. And we what am I trying to say? Yeah, we can kind of fake it if we sketch it out and give us some like leeway, some practice before we actually go in and start putting in the lines. Oh, alternate universe. Thank you, thank you. Okay, his little hand. Solid Simpsons cartoon hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4 fingers, or 3 and a thumb, depending on how you count. Okay, okay. A little tall, but that's all right. We'll just bring the head down. That's why we do the sketch. 3 hairs, 2 eyes, a sad face, a nose, and an ear. I think we're ready. Here we go. I'm a little nervous, but we'll do the ear, we'll do the nose. Probably not the right things to start with, but that's fine. We'll do a circle, but it's not a full circle, which I think is nice. It adds like a lot of character to have the circle. And then, sure. Oh, I should have my drawing glove. I wonder where that is. Oop, I'm holding my breath. I always hold my breath when I'm trying to be very careful. I never understood when people are like, you don't need to hold your breath. I wonder if there was ever like a line here, but now it's black shorts, so it doesn't matter. You don't see it. Man, I need to go to the thrift stores. Where I'm staying now, the thrift stores are terrible. They're very expensive. They are like really out to make as much money as possible, which feels weird. Well, that doesn't feel like what a thrift store should be. All right, if we give it a second, let's make sure this all dries, and then we'll give it a quick erase. Oh, I forgot his hair. Gosh, trying to make this kid bald would have been terrible. And then this is one of my favorite erasers. I bought a bunch of different erasers to try them all out. Good night, Fox fandom. Hope to see you again next time. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. Not the best. A little, my proportions are a little off. I think his legs are a little long, but besides that, not bad. Man, I love cereal. I know you're supposed to not eat cereal because it's bad for you or whatever, but I love it so much. Oh, zero's not bad. It is 19 here, so it's pretty early. Pretty early for me. Dang, I was hoping my glove was here somewhere. No. I also had all my old drawings from yesterday, but I don't see those either. I must have put them down. Like those are definitely here because I saw them like right before I sat down to stream. All right. Let's see. Okay, we got Greg Halfley. Let's look up Fritz Cat City. What does this guy look like? Fritz the cat is an old comic, an old cartoon, or an old comic. Is it that cat? Zero hour, 9 a.m. Ooh. Okay, it is Fritz. It looks like it is Fritz the cat. Or maybe that's just the only thing I'm seeing. Okay, Cat City, this old movie. Yeah. Let's see. So this guy, I like, so here, let me do I don't know if this is Fritz the cat. It's hard to tell, but here's my erasey pencil. But I like this character design. I'm just giving the very basic outlines now, and we'll come in and we'll clean it up and make it look pretty in a second. But I just want to like make sure before I do too much work, I want to make sure I'm capturing the essence that I'm trying to capture here. So that's the head. He has like a very thin neck that looks like it's all buttoned up like a Victorian gentleman's. Pointy shoulders, and then I like part of what I really love about this is like very long arms. I draw a lot of my characters when I'm having fun. Will have very long arms like this. I think it's nice. There's something about it. Just like this long arm, too skinny body. Fancy pants McCat. And then again, very long legs. So long, actually, that they're not going to make it. Man, I tried to draw him even smaller than I thought, and he still is not going to fit on the page. That's fine. It just means we don't have to draw his feet. Okay, yeah, I think this is very much. And then he has a eye patch. His nose is like here. This is an ear, so we'll do ear things. Same there. His mouth. Oh, hey, favorite fish. Oh, nice. Making puppets. I haven't, like I was saying before, I haven't made puppets in years and years and years, but I used to make little puppets um, when I was very young, and I would stay for some with summers at my nana's house. And I think she had seen on some TV show, like, you should do, like, you can clean garbage and then make puppets out of it. And she was like, we're doing it. And so we made puppets out of like old milk cartons and all sorts of stuff. And we controlled them with strings, and yeah, we stuck them onto sticks and controlled them with strings. It was very fun, very fun. They were like, I always made them into little monsters. I thought it was very, very nice. I think of it fondly, but I haven't done it in a long time. Yeah, like since I was a very small child. I say very small, since I was a small child. It wasn't very small. Well, maybe. It's hard to remember how small you were. Yeah, I was saying how much I like the character design of this cat, because he's so long and thin, and there's just I like drawing characters like this, and his clothes have such good detail, which is another thing I really like to do for my characters. Oh yeah, Fungi. I definitely will do that. Probably not tonight, because we're getting close to the end of the stream. But yeah, especially if you're on the Discord, that's probably the best way to see your art pieces for me to see your art pieces. And then we can do. I've done that before, where uh, I will draw one of the art pieces that somebody shares on the Discord art share channel when they ask. When they ask, I'm not just like going through and drawing people's art for no reason. Although maybe no, no, that seems weird. That seems weird. I have to I have to look at this. I don't think I've definitely heard of this before because I recognize some of these characters, but I don't think I've seen this I've seen this. And yeah, I've it looks amazing. We have a movie we're supposed to watch today. We didn't end up having Thanksgiving dinner last night because our plans we didn't get here until late the night before. And so then we didn't really have and we were supposed to have Thanksgiving dinner, but it got canceled. And so we didn't really have a plan to have Thanksgiving dinner. And then by the time we had a plan, it just got all out of control. So we're having like a classic-ish Thanksgiving dinner tonight. Oh, thank you so much, Freaky Ed Sheeran. Is that a like a red tag and a flower? I wonder if like a lotus. I wonder if those are just like um more more useful in China. Oh, holding my breath again. Oh, a crystal looking thing. Hmm. What? Look at I have an eyelash. I can't make it go. Yeah, this is right up my alley. What a great character. Ooh, yeah, let's draw some trash. Oh, I flipped it over. You shouldn't flip over pieces of paper, right? Because say you really want this drawing and you go to even scan it in, if you've drawn on the back, you when you scan it in, you'll still be able to see the drawing on the back. So I learned to only draw on one side of the paper. Oh, I love there's like the classic garbage can you see in old like cartoons and stuff. I guess this is like a workshop garbage, like an old and part of it was like cuz it won't catch on fire if you're putting like ash and stuff into it. And that's why they were always metal. And metal used to be cheaper. Plastic was so expensive when it first came out. And so anything that had to be a shape was either wood or metal. And so it's hard to remember. It's hard to think about that like metal fabrication was the cheapest thing to go, like the cheapest way to go. And then it has these like channels in it, and those are to add stability so it doesn't easily crush. But even sheet metal like this, crazy to produce. I don't know. I was looking up things, right? And more than half of United States homes did not have electricity at the end of World War II. So 1945, about half or a little bit less than half of the soldiers coming home. Well, no, less than half of the soldiers coming home from World War II had electricity in their homes. Like people in 1946, which does not feel like that long ago. I mean, it's almost 100 years ago now. But ooh, I do raccoons a lot. Let's do it. Uh, yeah, like only rich people had electricity in their homes, and then it wasn't until the 40s, the 50s, from the 40s to the 50s, where more than half of the homes became electrified. It's, I don't know. It feels like the 40s when you watch, or the 50s when you watch TV and stuff that take place in the 50s. Like it's relatively modern. They just don't have computers. But I've made a lot of art teachers cry over the years. Tears of pure frustration. Like it's the same kind of thing when you look up indoor plumbing. Like there was still lots of outhouses and stuff like until way later than you would think, or that I would think anyway. What do raccoons look like? Like what are the ears? Is it like that? No. Like oh yeah, like fat triangles. I think it's like fat triangles because they're like dopey kittens. We had raccoons that would come uh to the door to try to eat the cat's food. Well, not to try. They succeeded. And they have little friggin' hands. Like they just have hands with opposable thumbs and everything. It's too much. Their little bandit mask. Raccoons will wash their food before they eat it. We don't really know why. But super interesting. Oh, it's like they're a little bit more rounded. There we go. There we go. But one thing people will do, because it's adorable, is they will feed raccoons. What is that, like spun sugar? It's father's beard, and it's candy floss, cotton candy. And they'll wash it, and when they wash it, it disappears because when you put cotton candy in water, it just it just turns into nothing. Whoop. I'm just drawing a raccoon now, real quiet like. I drew a seahorse yesterday. I didn't bring it with me to show the stream. I was going to, but I just didn't. Um, but you guys will see it soon. I'll do a community post of it or something. Yeah, I agree, May. It's so I would never. It feels cruel. Also, it's a waste of candy floss. Look, cotton candy. Oh, the train's loud today. Yeah, I'll hit exactly. I think raccoons always look sad. Ooh, so I lived in Seattle. I've lived a lot of places now that I talk about it. I lived in Seattle for like 6 months. I really wanted to live there. I moved there. I couldn't get a job. It was during a whatever, one of those jobless crises we had in the early 2000s. So that sucked. Anyway, the apartment. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Oh my God, Alexa, you scared the shit out of me. What was she trying to help me with? Oh my gosh. I'm, my heart is going. I thought there was a human in here. It was just I'm not going to say her name again. Jeff Bezos is evil witch. Gosh, what was I even saying? Lived in Seattle. I lived in an apartment. We didn't have a pool. Oh, we did. We had a pool in the apartment building. From my apartment floor, you could see the pool from my balcony. And we would stand outside a lot. We were there in the winter and the fall and the spring. And it was never that cold. We just missed the summer. I wasn't there in the summer. But there was a family of raccoons of like 12, 12 to 15 raccoons that would come and play in the pool. And it was so dang cute. They would like splash each other and push each other in and swim. And I mean, I'm sure it wasn't cute for the people who wanted to swim in the pool and had to clean it up and stuff. But I mean, it wasn't summer. So, like I said, no one was swimming in the pool. But yeah, you would hear this big commotion and you're like, what is going on outside? And then you go out onto the balcony and you just see a bunch of raccoons like messing around, pushing each other into the pool. Gosh, Alexa really put me off my game. I have to bring my computer to work. I have a desktop computer. I don't have a laptop. Uh, Mostly because I wanted to continue to upgrade it after I built it, and also because I wanted to build it because building it's cheaper, and I didn't want there was no way to build a laptop at the time. Although now there's Frame, which I guess is a pretty decent system for building a laptop. All right, let's get the raccoons. Let's get some outlines really heavy and really solid so we can start figuring out where this raccoon ends and the trash begins. Yeah, are raccoons, they're not, are they just North American? I don't know where raccoons are. Are they North American and they're just popular from like American movies and stuff, or are they all over the world now because they've been like exported? You know how that can happen? Hey, Big Sharko. Didn't burn chocolate. I hate drinking the milk from cereal. I stopped having milk in my cereal when I was a kid because my mom kept trying to make me drink the milk, and I was like, no. What I would do is I would put more cereal in the milk. Like I didn't mind the milk. Oh, Sharko, I not today because we're ending the stream in just like a couple of minutes. But I love drawing character requests. So on a normal, like if it was just a little bit earlier, I totally would. Or I'd put it on the list anyway. There's a couple other of requests too. But sorry, yeah, I always feel bad when if you come to another stream and you remind me, I will put you higher on the list because you were here. I stream most days. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow around 5 or maybe actually tomorrow will probably be a little late. I'll probably stream I'll probably start the stream around now tomorrow. So, yeah, so raccoons would get into the garbage all the time when I was a kid, and we'd have to go clean it up. And man, like you could not keep a raccoon out of the garbage. Like it didn't matter what you did. Those raccoons were not staying out of the garbage, man. We put rocks on, bungee cords, bungee rocks, clamps. Like they would figure it out. They're too smart for my own good. Yeah, it's a raccoon searching for food, exactly. And like he's just been caught and he's like, "Wait. Oh, hi. Sorry, did you want some of this?" I assume that's raccoons don't think you're like mad that they got into the garbage. They think you're mad because it's yours and you were going to eat that. I didn't make any like identifiable garbage. I wonder if I should, like some cracked eggshells or something. A little like apple core. Oh, a fishbone? Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll do the tail over here. Just gonna add a little bit of shadows to some of this garbage. To the raccoon. All right. Yeah, so fish bones. I made a character. I don't think we've talked about it lately, but when I first got back into drawing and I was like, I want to do illustration, I made a character, an OC cat, and he is a normal cat. And then sometimes when he wants to, well, there's a lot of lore, but he would wear a mask. Hang on, this is a terrible drawing. We can work with it. He would wear a mask and he would go out as Cat, right? Like kind of like Batman, but he's a cat who dresses as a cat, so he's Cat. That's the joke. Um, and in that, yeah, this is not a great representation, but you guys get the idea. And in that, his belt, instead of having like the bat symbol, gosh, I'm not drawing a good bat symbol either, but you know the bat symbol. Instead of drawing the bat symbol, he would have a fish head of fish bones. And so there's like the light in the sky and it's fish bones. That's his bat single. Whoop! I did the ribs backwards. That's his bat signal. So then I was drawing that when I first was coming up with the character. I did a cartoon where like, well, I can try. I'll redraw the cartoon actually. That'll be really fun. Now that like I'm like 5 or 6 years more of an artist. Uh, and then I even have the old cartoon, so we should be able to compare it. And I was drawing these fish bones. I was drawing fish bones a lot. It took me a while to figure out that fish bones was what I wanted to use for his symbol. I thought like, oh, I'll do a cat head, but then that kind of just looks like Batman. So that I didn't want that. And I had this intense memory of being a kid and drawing fish bones from because I was watching it on TV and like, the cats will like eat the fish and then it'll just be the bone. Like they'll eat it and strip it down to the bones. And I used to draw these a lot. This is a bad one. I used to draw these a lot. And I didn't remember it all until I drew Cat and drew these fish bones. All right. Well, I'm on that story. I'm going to end. It was fun to draw this raccoon with y'all. Thanks for calling me trash, whoever you were. And have a great night, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I should be streaming about I'm not exactly sure. I will try to post if I know when I can stream. I'm working tomorrow, so it's likely to be late because I have all these calendars and stuff to put together. Uh, so it kind of depends on how much work we get done. Bye. How do I? Where's get this? We'll go. Okay.